probably information, probably even weather information, but largely I think it just tells people where these dogs are. And they do like to have a heavy sleep, a bit like the lions. And although traditionally you will hear, of course, that they are diurnal predators, so they hunt during the day, and lions are nocturnal, all of that line is completely blurred, of course, as we've seen. The Nkuhumas killed a buffalo in broad daylight today. These chaps are fast asleep. I'm sure they did kill this morning. But most predators are active crepuscularly. It's just which side of crepuscular they are. So crepuscular means active day, at least at dawn and dusk. And these chaps are active largely sort of as it gets light. Lions just before that, and then into the dusk time they'll be active just before it gets dark, just before the lions get up and start to move. But of course, as Jamie Patterson likes to say very much, none of the animals read textbooks, of course, and they act according to their instincts and whatever suits best. Now, speaking of what they ate this morning, Brian, there's that one sort of, what should we say, second from the left, just behind the one with the collar, has got an extremely fat belly. Now that tells me that they ate something substantial today. I think at least the size of an adult impala for them to be this satiated by this time of the day. And while we're talking about what they eat, Tim, you're interested in whether or not they will hunt cheetah. Almost certainly not, Tim. Would they kill a cheetah if they happened to catch it? So if they caught perhaps an injured cheetah or took one by surprise, would be highly unlikely, unless the cheetah had perhaps had a heavy night out. They would certainly kill it, Tim, but they wouldn't actively hunt cheetah. They're not anywhere close to fast enough. Cheetah, if they are aware of any attack from any of the other predators, leopard, hyena, lions, and wild dogs, of course, are more dominant than they are in the predator hierarchy. They're so fast, they will very easily just get away. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous sighting as the wind goes blowing in from the southeast. We're supposed to have rain today, but today, no rain so far. Gorgeous carpet of dogs. I'm just going to go back to the first question we had while we watch those clouds scudding through the sky. I do like the term scudding clouds, don't you, Brian? Yeah, it's very nice. See how strongly the southeaster is blowing. And while we look at that, Rais, I just want to go back to your question, if you don't mind. The patchy coloration, I mean, I said during dusk and dawn, of course, when the sun shines. But when we got here, Brian didn't see them at all. I didn't see them at all initially. And then we only saw 3. And yet there were 12 lying here. So from a bit of a distance, they really are very obviously or very unobviously coloured. And that one's just calling now. It's going wee, 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 before it lies down. Now, obviously, the most clear thing about that sighting we've just had is the size of those ears. Now, Scott Dyson, who used to work with us here, I think explained very nicely why they have such big ears. I'd certainly never read it before, but maybe that's because I haven't read it widely enough. But he said they've got those enormous ears, of course, not for hunting of their prey, but for them to hear each other when they're hunting. And they let out these loud whooping calls. It's the most fantastic thing to hear when they're trying to get hold of each other. It's the most amazing sound. I'm not going to try and do it too loudly, A, because that dog will probably think I'm an idiot, and B, because, well, there's a game drive vehicle full of guests behind me, and they will definitely think I'm an idiot. And it just leads on to the discussion of when we watch them hunt. And I was just thinking the other day that I thought perhaps we had, throughout my guiding career, certainly, these dogs get on the hunt and we jam the car into gear and we race after them. And And the other day I suddenly stopped and thought to myself, hang on a second. If they've got such big ears like that, surely, with us racing next to them, we are disturbing those hunts. And I've now come to the conclusion that we should hang back. And of course we will hopefully soon be using the drone a little bit more often. But, you know, we haven't often seen them kill out here live. We've certainly seen them eat. But to catch them killing, I think is a little bit difficult if you are chasing them through the woodland, crashing over trees and you know, revving the engines, etc. Oh, look at this play now. Alrighty, we're going to see what unfolds here. Rebecca via WhatsApp says that we're going to go back to T-Bomb and the inimitable Nkuhuma Pride.